Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's Tuesday. We are again within another week of staying indoors and doing what we need to do to keep ourselves safe and well. And as always, I'm happy to be here with all of you enjoying our um, uh, what is it? I'm sorry. Story time, Reverend Reese. Yes, good morning, Jermaine. It's good to see everybody on here. And guess what? I have a new book today. Woo! So I'm so happy. Finally went and got some new books. And so now we'll start reading some new things. So let's see. Are you ready? Are you snuggled? Are you in your comfortable seating and maybe have your blanket on or something so that you can get nice and comfortable and snuggled up so that we can read this story for the day? All right? Ready? Good. I am too. Today we're reading about the adventures of Mr. Wrinkle. All right. Mr. Winkle, written by Robert Pierce and illustrated by Jacqueline East. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. That must be all of Mr. Wrinkle's friends. I have to laugh though. Look at that ram head butting him in his booty. That's funny. And it played with his tail and his ears and all that stuff. Mr. Wrinkles has some good friends that like to play with him, I see. Shows a lot of love. Mr. Wrinkles. Mr. Wrinkles was an elephant, and not just any elephant. He was the oldest, wisest elephant in all of Africa. He knew the names of all the other animals for miles around because, let's not forget, an elephant never forgets. This is true. An elephant does not forget. That is a known fact. And Mr. Wrinkles knew all the animals in Africa. I don't know about a lion. Mr. Wrinkles made the same long journey out the watery hole every day. He spoke to all the brightly colored birds who told him about the things they had seen on their travels. They told him about the lions out on the plain and the crocodiles that were making a nuisance of themselves in the river again. So it sounds like Mr. Wrinkles had some tattletales from the birds. They're always telling something, tweeting and whistling and twerping in someone's ear. And they were telling Mr. Wrinkles all about everything going on in the jungle. See the lion and the lioness and the cubs and the crocodiles acting up in the water. Pretty, pretty pictures. He spoke to the giraffes who were already munching on their breakfast. It was their favorite, avocado leaves. They told him about the morning before the sun had risen and were kind enough to share some of their leaves with him. Oh, isn't that nice? See the giraffes? They're beautiful creatures. Reminds me of going to the zoo. Very beautiful. And the baby giraffe. Mr. Wrinkles enjoyed having his breakfast by the watering hole very much, but he could not stay long. He had to walk a long way to see his friend, Mr. Cheetah. Y'all know about a cheetah? They run very fast. Beautiful creatures. On the way, Mr. Wrinkles felt the ground move beneath him. Before he knew it, he was stuck in a big hole. Oh no! Being wise, he did not panic. He knew that there must be a way out. He just had to think. He had a long look around to see where he was and who. Wait, he had a long look around to see who was there and moved his legs a little. A hole was deep and cold and came to his middle. After a few minutes, he decided to call for help. So Mr. Wrinkles was stuck in this hole that was a little deeper than he had thought. And instead, he looked around to see if there was anybody around to help him. Mm, seems like a big hole. Help me, he shouted. I'm stuck in a hole and cannot move. Mr. Wrinkles, some more, he wiggled some more until finally he decided to stop and wait for someone to arrive. Very soon, a tiny head appeared. It was a mermaid named Eddie. Hello, Mr. Wrinkles, said Eddie. I just outplayed my brothers and sisters and thought I heard something. Do you need a hand? I do, Mr. Wrinkles said. Could you help me get out of this hole, please? So Mr. Wrinkles caught up with Eddie to ask him to get out of the hole. Eddie doesn't look like he has enough strength, though, to get Mr. Wrinkles out of the hole. Just then, another tiny head appeared, and then another, until he was completely surrounded by mercats. Mr. Wrinkles knew all their names, but he could not say hello to everyone. It would take far too long. Hello, everyone, he said. Please, could you help me? I am stuck. But how can we help you? You're so big and we're so small, someone said. Don't worry, Eddie said. I have an idea. There's a lot of us. We will find someone to help get you out of there. So here goes Mr. Wrinkle, surrounded by all the mercats. Mercats live in the ground. And when they heard something going on, they came up to see what was the situation. Eddie and all of his brothers and sisters began to spread out in search of help. It was not long before they found three giraffes named Spot, Speckle, and Freckle, who were more than happy to help their old friend. Oh, there goes Spot and Freckle. On to the rescue. The giraffes, with their long necks, each pulled a branch down from a nearby tree and told Mr. Wrinkles to hold on tight. He wrapped his trunk around the long branches, and with a hum and a roar, he pulled as hard as he could, but he moved only a little. They stopped to rest because the day was getting very, very hot. So it seems like it was a good plan, but unfortunately, it didn't do much help, and it was too hot. Poor Mr. Wrinkles. How is he going to get out the hole? Let's see. As they tried to decide what to do, 100 birds of all different colors flew down from the bright sky to sit on his back. They flapped their wings with all their might and tried to lift him up. While he pulled again with all his long trunk and moved only a little bit. So even the birds try to come to rescue him. Ah, but poor Mr. Wrinkles. He's so deep in the hole. That didn't even help. Wow. Y'all have an idea of how Mr. Wrinkles gonna get out this hole? Let's see. A few hours later, as Mr. Wrinkles was thinking he would never get out, a big wildebeest named Cleve with long pointy horns found the group. Mr. Wrinkles, said Cleve, I heard a hornbill saying you were stuck. Can I offer my assistance? Oh, yes, please, Cleve, Mr. Wrinkles said. I would very much appreciate it. So there goes Mr. Wrinkles, surrounded by the meerkats and the birds. But here comes good old Cleve with his horns to see if he can rescue. Hmm, let's see if this works. Cleve stood behind Mr. Wrinkles, and together they flapped and pulled and cheered and pushed and pulled until, with a shout and a roar, Mr. Wrinkles climbed out the hole. Woo! Now we know why that person was pushing him with the horns in the back. That's how they got Mr. Wrinkles out the hole. Tugging on his tail, on his ears, on his throat. The giraffes pulling on the branches. The meerkats, I don't know what they were doing over there. They trying to reach for something. Clapping, pushing, pulling. But they all did it to help him get out the hole. Thank you very much, my friends, he said. You are all very special to me. I would not have been able to get out of the hole without each and every one of you working together as a team. He looked at all the animals gathered around him and smiled. My meerkat friends, even though you are small, there are many of you, and your voices spread the word of my problems from far and wide. Spot, Freckle, and Speckle, your long necks help reach the highest branches for me to hold on to. My bird friends, even though you are not very strong, together your wings are stronger than the strongest lion. And finally, Cleve, my good wildebeest friend, you are fast and strong. You go. We're talking to the meerkat. Mr. Wrinkles talking to the giraffe. Mr. Wrinkles talking to the birds. And lastly, talking to the wildebeest. Thank you, everyone, for being such good friends. Even though all of you are different, you are all very special indeed. This is a day I will never forget. Mr. Wrinkles celebrated that evening with all his friends and thanked them and promised that he would always be there if they ever fell into a hole. Here goes Mr. Wrinkles with all his friends. And I do believe that is the end of the Mr. Wrinkles story. I like that story. That story kind of shows again um, how you need friends in your life. And what I like most important about Mr. Wrinkles' friends is that they were all different. That different sizes, different shapes, different colors, different species. A lot of people say that sometimes some people and some kind of animals and things like that can't get along, but really they can. And it takes an old wise man as Mr. Wrinkles to really know how to get along with others. Mr. Wrinkles was the oldest and wisest in the as they said in the jungle. And he knew all of everybody's names. And most importantly, Mr. Wrinkles knew the importance of what everyone else's talent was. And that's how we need to be with our own friends. Is that yes, we have different friends, we have different people who look different and sound different and may not always be like us. But each of those persons have their own qualities and their own characteristics that make them unique and special. You have your own qualities that make you unique and special too. And most important is that when you're in a hole like Mr. Wrinkles, then sometimes you can call on those friends that are unique, special, different to get you out of a hole. Yes, I know. A lot of times some of us say, well, I don't have friends. I don't need friends. Well, I'm always the believer that your true friends can be counted on your hand. Not on two sometimes, but on one. And I can say for me, I can count on at least maybe, I know I got five good ones that if I'm ever in a hole, I can call them up and they're there, and vice versa. So let's all remember how to be friendly and friend others. And it doesn't matter at what age you are, because you can always make friends as long as you are friendly. But the true friend that we have, as we know, is Jesus. He's the main man that can get us out of any hole at any time, no matter the circumstance of the situation. That is a friend. And it's true when the song says, what a friend we have in Jesus. So this is our story time for today. I enjoyed reading Mr. Wrinkles. I think I might read that one again. It's a good book. And I like Mr. Wrinkles, and I like elephants too. Elephants are a very good symbol of prosperity and of wisdom. So have a great day. Remember, we'll be here tomorrow at 12 o'clock for our 15-minute story time reading. You take care, stay safe, God bless, and know that Jesus loves you, and so do I. Bye.